We're sneaking up on the electric ham system in its natural habitat, our kitchen. The kitchen here is a great place to brew. We're sitting over a tile floor in front of the sink. We can plug in next to the stove. We've got a 220 volt 30 amp service right in this cabinet here. It's not a terribly big deal to install one yourself. We're heating up our hot liquor tank and we're moving through 126 degrees. It's climbing quickly. We've got our temperature automated with a Ranco controller. We can have a complete automatic control with a pair of controllers. One to control the pump to recirculate the wort from the mash tun through the heat exchanger. It's sitting in here. That's a 25-foot copper 3/8 heat exchanger there. Arm system. It controls the pump and the heat functions. It provides thermostatic control for the hot liquor tank and variable power control for the kettle. You need a 220 volt 30 amp service. We build 3-wire and 4-wire versions, and we build non-North American versions as well. This is a shot inside the hot liquor tank. You can see the heat exchanger, copper coil, and the heating element down below, which is a stainless steel 5500 watt heating element. For the stainless steel configuration of the electric brewing system, we like the Blickman Boilermaker as the mash tun, and we love its unique design mash screen. We put a thermal well here for the probe of the Ranco controller. Makes it easy to take everything apart and clean. You can see the pickup tube down on the about 5 o'clock of this shot, and up above that's the probe for the analog thermometer, and we've got the inlet at the top.
This is our brew kettle, and it has a 4500 watt ultra low density heating element in it, which allows you to get your wort up to a boil very quickly. And then with our variable control on our EBC, you can turn the boil down so you can get a more reasonable boil and not such a crazy evaporation rate. Works great. We love it.
Hot liquor tank. We're sitting at 175 degrees, and it's been 30 minutes since we turned the heat on. We've moved the temperature well over 100 degrees in that period of time. We're ready to transfer over the amount of water we need to brew this recipe. We've got 22 pounds of grain. We're going to use 7.5 gallons. We're going to open this valve, and we'll turn on the pump. And it takes a second for the controller to wake up. This controller is running the pump. And sometimes when you want to prime this thing, that's beautiful.
Okay, so we've done our hour mash, and it's now time to go into the mash out. We are going to bring the temperature of our mash up to 168 degrees. And when you have the Ranco controller, it's very simple. You just go over to the Ranco controller that controls the mash pump, and then you set the temperature to what you want your mash out to be, which is 168 degrees. It is going to kick on the pump and it's going to recirculate the wort through the herms that's inside the hot liquor tank and bring the mash up to the correct temperature, and then we will be ready to sparge it into the boil kettle.
We've reached our mash out temperature of 168. The pump is shut off. We're going to go ahead and swing the output of the mash tun over to the kettle. But it's a good idea to make sure this valve is closed first. We're going to push a little bowl there, catch the little bit that comes out. I'll just redo the audio. Here we go. Connect that to the kettle. Open this valve. Open this valve. And then we'll start collecting the wort. We're going to go ahead and run some water in about the same rate that we're running it out. Maintain the liquid level up above the grain until the amount of liquid that's left in the mash tun will get you to your target volume in the kettle, and let it run dry. The nice thing about elevating the mash tun is that you get a gravity-free ride from the mash tun to the kettle, and if you still have enough height to get to the fermenter, then all you're doing is pumping hot water through the system, cleaning itself out as part of the sparging process. We're done heating the hot liquor tank, and so we're going to disconnect it, and we're going to plug in the kettle. Now we've got our kettle boiling. When it first starts to boil, of course, in an all-grain recipe you have all this protein that tries to form a layer on the top of thick foam, which could cause you to boil over. So you want to be able to control your power quickly, and with this system you can. That's some pretty good hot break. Egg drop soup